Think about every decision you made today. What to eat, where to go, what to say to someone you probably shouldn't have. Every single one of those choices was built on a version of reality you take completely for granted. That the past happened, that the future is coming, that time flows like a river from one moment to the next, and you're just floating along with it. But what if that whole picture is wrong? What if the past doesn't exist anymore, and the future doesn't exist yet? And the only thing that's actually real is this exact moment you're in right now. And what if even that isn't the full story? Let's start with the past, because this is where things get uncomfortable fast. You remember yesterday. You remember being a kid, your first day at school, something embarrassing that happened in 2014 that still keeps you awake sometimes. Those memories feel like proof that the past is real, that it's sitting somewhere behind you, solid and permanent, like a room you've already walked through. But here's the thing, that room is gone. What you have isn't the past. It's a present tense electrochemical pattern firing in your brain right now. A reconstruction, a story your nervous system is telling you about something that no longer exists anywhere in physical reality. The past is not a place you can go back to. It's not stored somewhere. When a moment ends, it ends completely. This is the core of a philosophical position called Presentism, and it's older than you might think. The basic claim is that the only things that genuinely exist are things that exist right now, in the present moment. Not yesterday's version of your living room, not tomorrow's version of your city. Just this, just now. Philosophers have defended this view for centuries because it matches something most people feel in their bones, that the present moment has a kind of weight and realness that memory and anticipation simply don't have. You can touch what's in front of you. You cannot touch what's already gone. And the future is even harder to defend as real. Tomorrow morning hasn't happened yet. The version of you that wakes up and makes coffee doesn't exist. The conversation you're going to have next week is not sitting in some waiting room somewhere, fully formed, just killing time until Thursday rolls around. There are no future objects. There are no future events. There is only potential, a vast, unwritten space that becomes real only when it collapses into a present moment. So if the past is already gone, and the future hasn't been written yet, that leaves exactly one slice of reality, an impossibly thin edge between what was and what might be. And that edge is where you're living your entire life. But here's where it gets complicated, because physics showed up and made things very weird. In 1905, a 26-year-old patent clerk named Albert Einstein published a paper that quietly dismantled the common-sense picture of time that humans had been working with for all of recorded history. Special relativity didn't just tweak the physics, it suggested something almost impossible to absorb, that there is no universal now. Not for everyone, not even close. Here's the thought experiment that makes it click. You're standing on a train platform in the middle of a lightning storm, and two bolts strike the ground at the exact same moment, one on your left and one on your right. From where you're standing, they're simultaneous. They happen at the same time. But someone on a train passing through at extremely high speed sees something completely different. From their reference frame, one bolt struck first, then the other. Neither observer is wrong. Both measurements are equally valid according to the laws of physics. What's simultaneous for you isn't simultaneous for someone moving relative to you. And there's no experiment you can run to prove which one of you has the correct now, because there isn't one. This is called the relativity of simultaneity, and it's not a thought experiment quirk. It's baked into the structure of the universe. It means that your now and someone else's now can genuinely differ depending on how you're each moving through space, which means there is no single universal present moment that everyone shares, which means presentism, the idea that only the present is real, immediately runs into a problem, because whose present are we talking about? The answer physics tends to lean toward is something called the block universe, and it is one of the strangest ideas in all of science. The block universe says that the past, the present, and the future all exist equally, all at once, laid out like a four-dimensional map of everything that has ever happened or ever will happen. In this picture, time isn't a river you're floating down. It's more like a country you're standing inside, where every city, every road, every place you've been, and every place you'll go already exists whether or not you're looking at it. Einstein's equations describe exactly this kind of universe. Space-time isn't a stage where events happen. It's a structure where events are, permanently, timelessly, all of them at once. Which means if the block universe is right, The moment you were born still exists, right now. It's just not where you are. And the day you die already exists. It's just further along the map. Every conversation you've had, every meal, every sunrise you watched without really paying attention because you thought there'd be more of them, all of it is out there, frozen and permanent and real, in a four-dimensional block that doesn't change because it doesn't need to. Time doesn't pass inside the block universe. Time is just another dimension, the same way left and right are dimensions. And the feeling that you're moving through it is something your brain generates, not something the universe is actually doing. That feeling, the sense that time is flowing, that moments are arriving and then vanishing, that you're riding a wave of now from your past toward your future, is one of the most powerful experiences of human consciousness. It's also, according to a significant number of physicists, completely absent from the actual equations. You can look at every fundamental equation in physics and ask, where is the flow? Where is the part that represents time moving? And it isn't there. The equations work just as well run forward or backward. They describe a structure. They don't describe anything moving through that structure. The flow of time, the felt sense of now moving forward, appears to be something the mind adds. It's not in the physics. So why do we experience it so vividly? Why does it feel so obvious and undeniable that the past is behind you and the future is ahead? The best current thinking points to entropy and the arrow of time. The reason you remember the past and not the future isn't because the past is real and the future isn't. It's because your brain evolved to track the direction in which disorder increases. Entropy moves in one direction. Eggs break and don't unbreak. Coffee cools and doesn't spontaneously reheat. Your memories are organized along the entropy gradient, which is why they point backward, toward lower entropy states, and why anticipation points forward. Your sense of time's direction is a thermodynamic feature, not a metaphysical one. Then there's a third option that tries to split the difference. It's called the growing block theory, and it's exactly what it sounds like. In this view, the past is real. It exists. It's fixed and permanent. And the present is real because it's the leading edge of the block, the moment where new reality is being created. But the future doesn't exist yet because it hasn't been added to the block. The block is growing, right now, one moment at a time. So when you make a choice, when you do something or don't do something, you're not selecting between futures that already exist. You're writing new reality into a structure that didn't contain it before, which means the future is genuinely open in a way the past is not. A lot of people find this one intuitively appealing because it preserves both the permanence of the past and the openness of the future, which is how most of us actually live. You can't change what happened. You don't know what will happen. And the present moment is where the two meet, where fixed history and open possibility touch, and where the only action you can ever take is located. Every moment you're alive, you're at the exact boundary where the grown block ends and the unwritten future begins. And then you move, and that edge moves with you, and what was open becomes fixed forever. What makes this genuinely hard is that none of these three frameworks, presentism, the block universe, the growing block, can be definitively ruled out with current physics and philosophy. Presentism struggles with relativity, but captures something real about ordinary experience. The block universe fits the physics beautifully, but makes it nearly impossible to explain why you feel like time is passing at all. The growing block is conceptually appealing, but introduces its own technical puzzles about what becoming real actually means at the physical level. Scientists and philosophers have been arguing about this for over 100 years, and the honest answer is, we still don't know. Not fully. And maybe what's most disorienting about this whole question is what it says about memory and anticipation, the two things you use to construct almost everything you consider meaningful about your life. If the past doesn't exist anymore, then everyone you've lost is genuinely gone, not stored somewhere, not accessible, not real in any physical sense outside your brain's reconstruction of them. And if the future doesn't exist yet, then everything you're working toward, every plan, every hope, everything you're delaying your happiness for until conditions are right, none of it is real yet either. The only place any of it actually exists is in a present moment that, depending on which physics you believe, is either the only reality there is, or just one frame among billions in a block that already contains everything. There's a theory in neuroscience that the experience of now isn't even as thin as it seems. Your brain doesn't process reality in true real time. What you experience as the present moment is actually a roughly 3-second window of integrated sensory data that your brain stitches together and presents to you as simultaneous. The moment you're conscious of is already a few hundred milliseconds in the past by the time you're aware of it, which means even your present, the thing you're most sure is real, is already a tiny reconstruction, a very short memory dressed up as immediacy. You've never actually experienced an instantaneous now. You've only ever experienced your brain's best current guess about what just happened. What you're left with is a picture of time that doesn't match anything you feel when you get up in the morning. The physics says time might be a dimension rather than a flow. The neuroscience says your experience of now is already a reconstruction. The philosophy can't agree on whether yesterday still exists anywhere. And the most honest scientists working on this will tell you that the nature of time is one of the deepest unsolved problems in all of human knowledge. Not because we haven't thought about it hard enough, because the more precisely you think about it, the more the familiar picture dissolves, and what's left underneath is something nobody fully understands yet. If this made you look at the clock on your wall a little differently, hit that like button and subscribe. We take on a different question about reality every week, and the next one might unravel something you're even more sure about.